Okay, let's continue on then. Uh-oh, I pushed the wrong button. Hold on. Okay, here we are. We're here. Okay, and go. And I even have an extra 25 sovereigns for myself. I could stop by the tavern and treat myself with this money. But if I brought it back to Camosa, I'm sure she'd appreciate it. What should I do with the extra money? You know what I'm gonna say. We're gonna be nice, and we're gonna bring it back. I know, she's my evil stepmother. You're wondering why I'm doing this, but I guess I want an old girl to know that I can be, you know, nice and all that fun stuff, you know? Be a good person. And see what happens, you know? Sometimes you just gotta be nice to people, and then they'll be nice to you. Okay. The journey back to my house was much too short. I'm not looking forward to facing Camosa or my sisters again. At least I got a rare reprieve from their insults today. I wish it had lasted longer. At least I returned early. Maybe Camosa will actually notice. You see right here, there's a little flower tree that flower tree? Yeah, that sounds right. But yeah, the little vine comes down and the flowers grow or whatever, the branches or whatever, the flowers grow. When that happens, that means that the story is progressing, like the story is changing or progressing or whatever based on like the actions that I've made, and it's like showing up at that moment. So let's see what happens from my actions. Wait, did I say that? Let me see. Since I returned, maybe Camosa will actually notice. Okay, yeah. Okay. Cinders? I did not expect you back so soon. Did you forget to do any of the errands I asked you to do? You only asked me to do one errand. Don't act so surprised. You're the one who told me to hurry back, after all. And no, I didn't forget anything. I admit, I didn't expect you to actually finish it so quickly. There's a chance I underestimated you. Tell me how the deal went. Did you spend all the money I gave you? Right, the money. Let's give it to her. She might need it, you never know. Well, Tobias asked for 200 gold pieces, but I convinced him to give me a discount. Is that so? Here are the 25 gold pieces I saved. Well, not bad for someone like you. I admit I am both surprised and impressed. You did well today. You may have managed to outperform Sophia and Gloria. Am I really hearing this? You think I did a good job? See, I can be useful, or will you stop insulting me now? Well, I feel like see, I can be useful is kind of makes yourself. I mean, I feel like that's such a degrading thing to say. But will you stop insulting me now? I know it's gonna make her mad. I'll just do see, I can be useful. I'll just take it for the team. So you admit that I am useful. I only admit that you did well on one task. One success means little. I like how, because you see how, like, I don't know if you guys noticed it, because I think that the screen is funny, so it's not recording the same way as I'm seeing it. But basically, the text comes out, like, slowly when people are talking slow, and when they talk really fast, like, the text comes out really quickly, and it just came out, I don't know. I thought that was funny, the way they did that. Okay, anyway. However, if you are saying you will continue to perform this well in the future, that is a different matter entirely. You may return to your room now. I will send Sophia with some leftovers for you after dinner. Yay, leftovers. Will do, thanks. Wow, Camosa was almost nice to me. Am I dreaming? I suppose if I make life a little easier on her, she'll do the same for me. See? That's what we learned today. Now that I think about it, running this entire house alone must be terribly difficult. No wonder Camosa always seems so upset. Maybe I really am growing up. The game calls it growing up, but I call it being a wimp. But I'll be a wimp because I know that it will make Camosa happy, and I really want to see what happens if all me girls become friends and whatnot. All me girls. My lord, I've been told you wanted to see me. I have been informed of the hostage situation at the marketplace today. I also heard that you handled the situation rather admirably. That I commend you. I condemn you, that's the wrong word. I commend you. Thank you, my lord, but the truth is that I regret having to kill so many men. They couldn't even put up a fight. Such is the burden of those in positions of power. You must make difficult decisions for the sake of protecting others. It is not a choice, but a duty. And you performed your duty to perfection. You honour me with your words, my lord. You deserve it. After all, my father, your king, has always spoken well of you. I know he even considered you a friend. If the king spoke so, I am honoured by such confidence. Truly, what do you think of my father? How was it to serve under him? The king was a wise, skillful, and strong leader. I would have followed him anywhere. That is what I have heard from everyone who knew him. Already I fade in comparison. My prince. I have not yet been crowned. His father's last wish was that I should find a wife first. No doubt he wished that I find someone capable of ruling by my side. Of course, every noble in the land is eagerly pushing an eligible daughter towards me. But I need a strong woman I can rely on, a queen who can support my agenda no matter how hard it's going to be. I am a simple warrior, my lord. I know very little of romance and politics. Nonsense. My father trusted you in more matters than war, and I too am willing to admit that. And I too am willing to do that. I don't know why I put words in there. Please advise me, not as the captain of the guard, but as my friend. But I confess, even my own palace is not a safe place for discussing such delicate matters. The walls have ears, and I would not wish for my search for a wife to become any more public than it already is. Might we go hunting together tomorrow morning? I think we would find the forest a safer place for a discussion. Such an action is dangerous. Such an action is dangerous, my lord. If something were to happen to you, there is no one to succeed you on the throne. Is that so? I cannot imagine anything safer than having the famous captain of the guard by my side. If that is what you wish, my lord. That is indeed what I wish. You can go now, friend. My prince. Good old Thralt. Brave captain of the royal guard. First soldier of the kingdom, veteran of the renegade. Reduced to killing common thugs and guarding market stalls, not yet aware of how obsolete his role is. These are different times that require new kinds of bravery and power. Our wars will not be fought using iron and fire, but gold and lives. Prince Basil? Something like that. I hope you can adapt to these new times, my poor old friend. Because when I become the king and start realizing my plans, goodness knows I'm going to need someone like you. I guess we'll see what happens, huh? Later that night. Finally, I have some time for myself after doing Carmosa's bidding all day. All you did was turn some money into what's-his-face, and that was it. Why was that Carmosa's bidding all day? It shouldn't have taken you that long. I admit, it wasn't such a bad day. Even though I was running errands, I managed to get on Carmosa's good side for once. She even made sure I got a warm meal in exchange. Maybe she's not as bad as I used to think. Oh dear, am I going crazy? Maybe I'm turning into my sisters. Sure, she's strict, rough, and downright cruel at times, but it's not like she had much choice. As far as I know, she wasn't born as a high nobility. She had to work her way to where she is now. That had to leave a mark. Even now, things must be difficult for her having to run this house. She's just a solitary woman for most. That doesn't keep her from being a horrible person, with barely a hint of redeeming qualities, though. I can't believe how exhausted I am after today, though. My feet ache, and I feel so sleepy. I should go to bed. Carmosa certainly won't allow me to sleep in tomorrow. Was that someone knocking at the door? Why would someone be visiting us at such a late hour? Silence! I paid for your discretion, and yet you pound on the front door, as if it's a washroom. Right. Pardon, madam. I swear I'll be silent as a tombstone right away. Mom's the word. Enough with your nonsense. The package is ready to go. Can I trust you? Oi, oi, you wound my pride, madam. I'm more trustworthy than an old priest in a confession. Luckily, I know ahead of time who this is. Such an utterance is of little comfort to me. No one can escape Camosa's biting tongue. Now prove there is some value to your words, and go before someone sees you. I think he's gone. What was that all about? What on earth is Camosa trying to hide? Maybe I should sneak out the window and try to follow him. He can't have gone far. If I leave now, I'm sure I can catch up with him. No, that's crazy. I can't do that. Let's see, should I stay in the room or follow the mysterious visitor? Okay, I know what happens if I follow the mysterious visitor. Not much, I just find out something about Camosa that I don't really need to find out. Let's just stay in the room and go to bed. I know it seems like I'm not doing much with the chances I'm given, but this really isn't much of a chance, don't worry. Especially because, considering the story I want to follow, that doesn't need to happen. I'd better stay here. It's much too dangerous to leave in the middle of the night. Now that I know Camosa is up to something, I have to be especially careful. I'll sleep for now, but I must keep an eye out for any more secretive behaviour. I wonder what Camosa is trying to hide from everybody. If I could figure it out, such knowledge might be useful in the future. I'm going to have trouble sleeping tonight with this on my mind, but I suppose I must at least try. In the morning. Ah, that's beautiful. That's the lake. We'll get to go there a little bit later, don't worry. Boy, what a night. Maybe Boss was right when he said not to drink away my pay in one go. Still, can't say it was worth it for how great last night was. Wait, what exactly happened last night? How'd I even wind up here? The deer went this way, my lord. Oi, someone's coming. Better lay low for a mite. Like my accent, I totally don't know what the accent that is. I mean, it's not like Irish or Scottish. It's just like some kind of a mixture of something. Hurry before it gets away. Forget the deer, Captain. There are more important matters at hand. This is about what you asked yesterday, my lord. I know little of politics or the affairs of the court. That's exactly why I need you. You're straightforward and honest, and you can see things I can't. Behind all those smiles, everyone in the court lies to me. No, you're the only man I can trust. I will serve you to the best of my ability. What is it that you wish to discuss? It's about my father's last wish. I must have a wife before I ascend the throne. How am I to choose one? There is a ball in a few days. It's not your chance to find an eligible young lady. In theory, but that's the problem. How will I be able to tell? The monarchy is weaker without a king. The nobles around me are plotting to advance themselves. They groom their daughters like prize spaniels in the hopes that I'll be taken in by a pretty face. I need a wife who is strong and smart, someone who can rule the kingdom wisely, not feed me her father's poisonous words. But I doubt that I'll ever find such a woman. I've no doubt that many such women exist, my lord. You should not give up so easily. You're right, Captain. It's just that I haven't had the fortune to meet one yet. I'm surrounded by women who know little more than how to curtsy. And they do little more than wait to be handed out as political tokens. Truly, it is disheartening. And yet, you must choose a wife from among the nobility and monarchies. It is, after all, tradition. As if tradition mattered to that brood of vipers. They plot to control the throne before it is even in my grasp. If I marry to please a powerful house, I risk having a fool for a wife. What other choice do I have? If we respected the traditions to the fullest, you'd be able to choose any woman at the ball, even someone you didn't know. How convenient, how convenient that this rule is often forgotten. Someone I didn't know. Captain, you're brilliant. It's perfect. I'm not sure I follow your thinking, my lord. A masquerade ball. I'll be able to choose from the women without discriminating over looks or political ties. They've been pushing me to follow tradition for so long, they can't complain if I remember the old rules. Captain, you truly are a remarkable man. I see now why Father trusted you so much. Of course, my lord. Well, it's always an honor to be of service. Thank you so much, my friend. You are a rare breed indeed. Still faithful to your ideals. Ideals or not, our prey has long since escaped us. And if we linger any longer, people might grow suspicious. You're right, my friend. Let us return to the castle with all haste. Now that I have a solution in mind, I can return with a light heart. Well, that's a bit of juicy gossip you don't hear every day. Masquerade ball, huh? I know a certain lady who would pay handsomely for this information, that she would. The day may have started lousy after all of last night's drinking, but it's turned out to be quite a good one after all. All thanks to a few extra rounds at the pub. You can't go wrong with that. Oh, yes, you can. I'll let me tell you right now. You want to drink? Be careful. Don't drink a lot. Don't drink more than you can handle. Don't try it. It is not fun, especially if you're like me and you're like the weakest person when it comes to alcohol. And you drink 3 drinks, and then you're like, oh man, I'm so sick. Oh no, life sucks. You don't want that to be you. You don't want to be the embarrassing one whose life sucks. Everybody else is sleeping fine and wakes up and they can go, I don't know, for a mile run, but you can't because you're stuck in the house all day. That's not fun. Okay, anyway, let's focus on the game, you guys. Stop distracting me. What time is it? The sun is already so high in the sky. I must have slept in. I guess my I can't speak. I guess my trip into town yesterday took more out of me than I thought. It was great, getting out and being active. I wish days like that weren't so rare. If I could get out more, I'm sure it wouldn't exhaust me so easily. Wonder why no one has come to wake me up yet. It must be at least noon, if not later. Surely Camosa hasn't decided to be gracious and grant me a holiday. I want none of your pitiful excuses. Uh-oh. Uh-oh was right, huh? Uh-oh. Camosa's definitely not in a gracious mood. I should get going and see what's going on before she catches me like this. What's going on now, Camosa? Go lay down or something. The screen always flashes every time it goes to a new screen. I don't know why. It doesn't do that on when you do like the full screen mode game, but for some reason when you have it in windowed mode like this, it does that. Everyone is here. You're an even bigger disappointment than usual. Looks like Camosa's mad at Gloria today. I wonder why. Hey, Sophia. Cinders, not so loud. I don't want to get in trouble. I'll miss any of this. What's going on? Business as usual. Mother's in a bad mood, and Gloria was the nearest thing she could yell at. I'm not interested in your excuses. It's your duty to make sure there's enough wood in the fireplace. But if the servant is allegedly ill, then find someone else. Do it yourself if you have to. Maybe I should have Cinders take over your duty. At least she's capable of doing things correctly. Mother, how can I what? Do what I please with my own household? I worked hard to earn what you girls enjoy now. I bled and cried to get this far. What have you done? Once you earn as much as I have, feel free to do as you please. But right now, all I see is an incompetent little girl, and I doubt that will change anytime soon. I'm ashamed to call you my flesh and blood right now. Right now, I wouldn't mind having Cinders as daughter instead. That's enough. Dinner must be ready in 2 hours. I expect that you'll have found someone to chop the wood by then. Ooh, Camosa's as cool as ever. Gloria looks like she's about to burst into tears. Cinders, Sophia, what are you two doing standing there gawking at me like that? This is all your fault. If it weren't for you... let's comfort her. Gloria, you know that what Camosa is like. When she's angry, everyone around her is a victim. I know she says hurtful things, cruel things. It's just her way of motivating people, I think. I know we're not friends, and maybe we never will be, but please don't think of me as your enemy. I know you're doing your best, and I'm sorry that you were treated that way. You didn't deserve it. I know my words won't change much, but I still want you to know. I don't know what to say. Oh, what's this? You usually have such a sharp reply, but now you can't think of anything to say? Whatever happened to the perfect, glorious, outspoken Gloria? One scolding from Mom is all it takes to shut you up. I don't have time to deal with your childish jealousy right now, but watch your tongue. It will certainly get you in trouble someday. Anyway, you two heard Mother. Dinner must be ready in 2 hours, so get started. What? Why do we have to get dinner ready? Because I'll be busy taking care of Mother's other needs, like getting the wood chopped. If you'd rather not, I can always tell Mother you refuse to obey her orders. Fine, I'll do it. Just pray that your food isn't poisoned. As if you'd have the guts to do such a thing, little sister. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have duties to attend to. Well, it looks like I'm stuck working with you, Cinders. Why were you so cool to Gloria? Why are you so cool to Gloria? Why? Don't you hate her too? Well, maybe, but you're her sister. Aren't you supposed to support each other? Oh, if only Gloria believed that. No, there's certainly no support here, and it's mostly her fault. She always acts so smug and self-righteous, but there's no trace of her own will or personality in there. She's just trying to copy Mom, even though it's impossible. And of course she takes out all of her frustration on me. She probably thinks Mom will recognize her more if she keeps degrading me. I have no reason to be kind to her. I understand, but don't you wish that would change? Living under Camosa is hard enough already. Wouldn't it be better to band together instead of fight each other? Maybe, but why does it matter? Why am I even discussing this with you? I must be getting desperate. Of course, I want to be on better terms with Gloria, but she drew the line a long time ago. I may not be as clever or as beautiful as Mom or Gloria, but I'm not naive. People don't just change. They'll remain cool as long as it benefits them. That's such a sad outlook on life. It must have really been hard for you growing up. Oh please, I don't need pity, especially not from you. Life is horrid, and no amount of sweet words will change that. Let's go get dinner ready before we get in trouble. Sounds like we've got a story that Sophia needs to tell us about her life. Why is she so sad? I mean, it makes sense that we're sad because we're freaking servant people. Well, servant girl, Cinders, but what's Sophia's story? It'll be nice having someone helping me with dinner for once. Hurry up and take out all the ingredients we're going to need. Why me? Isn't it obvious? I hardly set foot in the place, so naturally I don't know who anything is. Naturally, that doesn't mean you can't help with the preparation, though. I don't really have a choice in the matter, do I? There's no way you can prepare dinner in 2 hours alone. I'll be in just as much trouble as you if it's not done. Mother isn't forgiving towards anyone. Sorry, okay. I figured that much out for myself. Now, here are all the ingredients. Yuck! The stench is unbelievable. Are they rotting or something? No, this is just how vegetables smell. They do grow in the soil, you know. Sure, but I can't believe you actually live with this odor. I bet sometimes you must feel like a rather large carrot yourself, or a beetroot, maybe. That's very funny, Sophia. Besides, it wasn't exactly my own choice to move in here. I used to have a proper bedroom before Gloria took it. Ah, of course, how could I forget? Still, you should be grateful. They say that harsh conditions help to build character. You're bound to become a diamond here, while poor Gloria softens with every passing hour. Can't you give me a break for once? If that's how it's going to look, I prefer to risk Camosa's anger and prepare the dinner alone. Oh, fine, don't be so uptight, sis. One Gloria in this house is one too many. So, what was it like before we moved in with you, anyway? Tell her. But first, let's pause. I'll come back in a minute.